Welcome to Black People Love Paramore, a podcast where I explore the common and uncommon interests of Black people in order to help us feel seen. Please rate us and write us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. 5 stars only because we are what? 5-star bitches, or T.O. Gotti. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and everything else. I'm your host, Sequoia, and today, joining me to chat about Olivia Rodrigo, we have award-winning journalist and podcaster and bestie of the show, Jewel Wicker. Pew, 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 pew. Hi, Jewel.
Hello.
I know the folks are going to be excited to hear from Jewel. They be like, oh my God, I love the episodes with Jewel. So happy birthday, y'all. Congratulations.
Not happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, please.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, please.
I would say, is there anything you want to say, but you done been on the podcast enough that I feel like
I ain't
there
nothing to say.
isn't.
Hey, y'all.
So,
Hello.
mm-hmm.
Happy New Year.
Absolutely. Before we dive into Olivia Rodrigo, we have Song of the Week. My Song of the Week this week is very different from the topic of today's show. It's very different from Olivia Rodrigo. I, over the weekend, went to a listening session for Rihanna's Anti, put on by this, I don't even know what to call it, I guess a group called Slow Jams, and they have an event called Vinyl and Vino, and every session is a different album. We listen to it on vinyl in its entirety. Then they have wine, and it's very fun. Check it out if you have not. It's on the Dice app if you want to look it up. It's in Los Angeles. I think they have one in New York too if y'all want to go. But they did Rihanna's Anti over the weekend, and I was having the time of my life listening to Anti. I forgot how good of an album Anti is.
It really is.
I feel like I didn't give it enough credit when it first came out. I was like, I liked it, but very lightly. I liked it
Really?
maybe like, yeah, I liked it, but lightly. I remember being like, oh, it was like 50-50 for me. I like 50% of the songs and
That's
didn't like
interesting.
50% of songs. But upon listening to it in the listening session, I was like, oh, it's probably closer to 75-25, maybe 80-20. Like that I like a good most of this album, like a couple of them I could do without. But my song of the week is Same Old Mistakes. It's a fantastic song. The Tame Impala sample, everything about
We
it.
love a
It's so
cover.
layered. It's thorough. Rihanna's voice is great on it. I was high as hell also during the listening session. So that was the.
I feel like Same Old.
You know,
that's a
it
good
helped.
cover, and it's a very good song to listen to high, I'm going to assume. So I support that behavior.
Not sure going to assume. Jewel said, I'm nothing like you.
You know I don't
indulge
smoke.
in
I
that
don't know
type of
nothing about
behavior,
that. But it sounds like it. If I did, like it would be a good time.
And it was, in fact, can confirm it was a good time. And it, I actually started to get pissed off because I haven't been that upset with Rihanna about her lack of music releasing. But after listening to Anti in its
It made
entirety
you
8 years
mad?
later, I said, Rihanna, please stop playing with me. Like, I've actually had it now.
I toggle back and forth because I'm annoyed, but then so I've been a Rihanna fan since Ponder Replay, okay? Every album. And there was a time in Rihanna's career where she put out an album every November. Like every single November, Rihanna put out a new album. That's a work ethic that
she
I
was
don't.
Following Drake's season.
You know what I'm saying? I don't ascribe to.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I to tell her she need to put out more music? If you want to just sit back and be rich and have babies, girl, do it. You know what I'm saying? That's your era.
You know what I mean?
So selfishly, I do want the music, but being realistic, Rihanna was heavy in the music streets for a very long time and consistent for a very long time. So if she want to take a break or do whatever, I guess that's all right.
Okay, I it's very I guess because as someone who also would love a little breaky break. An 8-year breaky break sounds fantastic to me personally.
I don't get no break.
So I respect that for her, certainly. I have not always been a Rihanna fan, not music-wise. I've always been a fan of Rihanna, but I have not always been a fan of Rihanna's music. I think the two albums that I like are Loud and Anti, and everything else I could do without, personally.
Wait a minute, Rated R? You didn't like Rated R?
I like the singles from Rated R.
That's upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
Rated R came out when
Disturbia's on Rated R, right?
Maybe, yes. Rated, I remember the deep cuts more than I remember the singles from Rated R. The Disturbia would definitely be at the bottom of my list for Rated R. No offense. But that album came out when I was maybe a junior or a senior in college. And G4L was like me and my. Don't do that. Every time I mention
Sorry.
how old I, it's
Sorry.
really upsetting.
Sorry.
You basically just called
Sorry.
me a grandma.
No, that's really my fault. No, it couldn't have been a junior or senior in college. There's no fucking way. I
Sequoia,
was in high
yes, I
school when
was.
Rated R came out.
Sequoia, in high school. I said, did I say college?
Yeah, you
Oh, okay. I'm
did.
sorry.
You
So I
said
was a junior.
college.
I was a junior or
Okay, I
senior.
was about to say, Jewel, like, please.
The album came
Okay.
out in let's. I was a junior or senior in high school when it came out,
Okay.
and I that
There we
like
go.
G4L was like me and my little friend groups like 2009. So I was a senior. Me and my friends little like that was our rallying cry, our little anthem. I love it, and that's I mean we're Army, better yet a Navy. I feel like that's where the Navy kind of name came
That's a good
from.
one.
It's really
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
canon. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you
Okay.
not like Rated R?
I didn't like the music that much.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I
because
just
you
didn't
weren't
like
a
the music
dark
that
child. You weren't a
much.
dark. You like to pretend that you were a dark teen, but you weren't really a dark teen the way. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what? That's very fair because the more I talk to you, you was really on some emo shit. You didn't have it outwardly. You wasn't dressing like you was on some emo shit, but you was really on some emo shit as a kid that clearly I was not
It
having
was
the
in my
same
chest. It
experience.
was in me, not on me. Okay,
Like,
for real.
hey, I guess so. One of my childhood best friends, her name is Terry. Her partner is always like, Sequoia and Terry were so happy as children.
Yeah,
Like
like why were
y'all
you
must have been so
why were
happy. I
you
can
so
see it on you.
joyous? Like that's crazy
You
to
know, and
me.
I'm
Like
like,
did you not have
I thought
no?
I was moody. I thought I was
No,
brooding.
no, girl, you were not.
Nari be like, no, you weren't.
You
But it's
liked
cute that you think
broody-ish
that.
music, but you didn't
I
really have a
do.
broody soul.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay. Well. Anyways, do you have a song that
I
you would
do.
like?
I was gonna pick a song that was not related, but then I wanted to be like on theme. So I
Mm-hmm.
picked. Do you know Liz Fair? I feel like you wouldn't know who Liz Fair is. I knew you
No.
wouldn't. Okay, Liz Fair. It
Mm-hmm.
was just sad, but we're gonna move on. Liz Fair put out an album in 1993. It is canon. It's called Exile to Guyville. Don't make faces, Zillennial, please. Um, I was one. I was one when the album came out, so I was not in the trenches. I'm not trying to pretend, but
Right.
there is a song on there called. First of all, when I think of like albums that are like canon for like coming of age as a young woman, I think of like that album. I think of Control by SZA. I think of Control. There's certain right like albums that I think of. Exile to Guyville is certainly one of them. You Googling as I'm talking is really about
I
to send
am.
me into a headspin.
I'm googling it
There's
now.
a song called Fucking Run on there. Um, and I, when I was probably teenager to early college, that was like the iPod days. And so I
Mm-hmm.
would give people my iPod and they would put music on in exchange for me putting them on to certain music. And this guy put a bunch of like rock, punk, kind of like a lot of songs on there. And I'm pretty sure that is where I got Exile to Guyville from. And I was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I was 22. I was in my early 20s, very bleak, very dark time in my
Oh.
life. And I heard Fucking Run for the first time. And I thought, wow, that is a lady who is depressed and gets it. That is a lady who
Okay.
it's
Depressed
and
and
gets it.
gets
She
it.
the one of the
Okay.
lyrics is I can feel it in my bones. I'm gonna spend my whole life alone. And I said, oh Liz, I feel you.
And you was
I
like,
was like,
yeah.
girl, me. I was crying. I was crying
And
and
look,
driving to
now you're in
Harrisburg.
a happy, healthy
Move on, move on,
relationship
move on, move on,
at
move on, move on.
32.
And I'm not 32.
So this
Take it back.
tells
I'm
you
not 32 yet. Sequoia,
at 31.
Sequoia, Sequoia. I swear to God,
So this
Sequoia.
tells y'all if you're feeling sad in your 20s is just a sad time
Honestly, it is a little bleak.
overall.
Your
You
30s is
will pull
not
out of
not
it.
sad, but you know you can find.
Enough,
Okay, I'm
please,
sorry.
please,
I
enough. I have
apologize.
to look forward
I'm
to
sorry. I'm
something.
sorry.
Thanks,
I'm
please,
sorry.
enough.
But anyway, the song is really Liz Fair is one of those people who writes about like womanhood in a way that is just incredible, but also not as like glossy as like when I think of like Taylor Swift, right? Like, you know, I love Taylor, you know, I'm a Swiftie, but like
Yeah.
her writing has a glossier sheen to it than like Fucking
Mm.
Run, which is fucking run even when I was 17, even when I was 12. Now, Liz, why were you who was fucking and running at 12? What were you doing, Liz?
Oh,
I'm
wait,
confused.
hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold on. So this, okay. The lyrics are fuck and run. It's not fucking
No,
run.
fuck and run. She's talking about how the song is basically about her being with this guy, and she woke up in his bed, and he's like, "Girl, I'm gonna call you later," and she's like, "He's not going to. It's fucking run. It's been this way my whole life, even when I was
And
7."
she said even when she was
She said, "Even when I
12.
was 17, even when I was 12," and I'm like,
Okay,
I,
now
Liz, I don't want to judge, baby, because I
no.
don't know your life. I don't know what was going on.
Are you okay? Now, if y'all haven't listened to the 13 episode, the last episode the episode previous to this
What
one,
was you doing, baby
that's
girl?
giving very
Because when she said, even when I was
13.
12, I almost crashed my damn car. I said, what were you, Liz?
Why was you behind the wheel?
I was driving when the song came. It came up on random for the first time, and I heard it, and
Oh,
I
you
said,
almost crashed your car,
Liz,
not
yeah, I said,
her.
Liz, when you was 12. And then when she said, even when I was 17, I said, okay, girl, even when I was 12, I
Sure.
said, who was fucking and
Oh,
running when you were 12, Liz? Where did they
yeah.
go? They couldn't have gone
Sure.
far. They were 12. I hope they were 12 too. I pray they were.
They went back to middle
Where did
school.
they go?
Right. Who? I pray. I don't know.
I
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway,
Please, please, please.
moving forward, I did bring the darkness, but that is, I think of Exile to Gabriel, and I think that it is a project that you would actually genuinely enjoy, Sequoia. So I think that you should
Okay.
listen to it.
Hold on. I love Teen Angst.
It's
I
a
love Teen
angst.
Angst.
It's a angst, and I support it.
Okay.
She wasn't in her teens when she made the song, but it definitely has that like youthful angst to it that is really incredible. And it stands the test of time, right? Like that's one of those like albums that like even when it gets reviewed today when they do retrospectives, it's still like glowing reviews.
Okay. No, that certainly makes sense. Okay, let's throw the break before we dive into our main topic. And we're back. Main topic, Olivia Rodrigo. We are here with Jewel Wicker. I have some Wikipedia knowledge on Olivia that I would like to impart on you guys real quick. Olivia Isabel Rodrigo is an American singer, songwriter, and actress. She first rose to prominence as a child actress on Disney's television programs Bizaardvark and High School Musical, the series. Did I watch High School Musical, the musical series? Yes,
That's
I
weird.
did. Okay. After her 2020 signing with whatever record label she signed with, I don't even want to pretend I can pronounce that one. Rodrigo released her debut single, Driver's License, which broke various records and became one of the best-selling songs of 2021, helping her achieve mainstream fame. She followed up with singles Deja Vu and Good For You and released her debut studio album, Sour, in 2021. The album earned her critical commercial success, winning various accolades, including 3 Grammys, a Disney Plus documentary, Olivia Driving Home to You, followed in 2022, chronicling her creative process with Sour. In 2023, Rodrigo released her second studio album, Guts, supported by singles Vampire, Bad Idea Right, Get Him Back, the former of which became her third #1 single in several countries.
Period.
I have been on this Olivia Rodrigo train since 2021. So whenever Driver's License came out, I was on
But
board.
you had watched her in
I was
whatever
locked
the
in.
High School Musical, the musical, whatever the
I
hell.
did watch
You watched
her
it
in High School
after.
Musical, the musical, the series. No, I watched it before. I watched it when it came out.
Well, now what was going through your mind when you decided to cut that on?
Because I liked High School. You didn't like High School Musical?
Not enough. I didn't even know High School Musical, the musical existed until she came out with Driver's License and they said she in High School Musical, and I said, what the hell is that?
It's High School Musical, the musical, the series. So it's
News to me.
it's pretty much it's real meta. You know what I mean? You kind of have to be there. You kind of have to understand it's real meta. But it was pretty much the kids from whatever the high school was that they went to in High School Musical putting on a musical version of the movie High School Musical from Disney Channel.
And this was on Disney Plus. And you think that I was watching
This is on
Disney Plus series?
You should have.
Okay.
You should have. Did you watch the Proud Family reboot?
That's different. Of course I did.
Exactly. So, yes, I started watching Miss Olivia Rodrigo in 2020. Didn't really think much of her when I was watching her on High School Musical, the musical series. Couldn't really get through the series, in fact. It was funny at first. They were in on the joke. And then it stopped feeling like they were in on the joke of it. And I was like, okay, it's less funny now. And then it became clear it was for children. And I was like, oh, it's not
I
for
did think it was abundantly clear that it
me.
wasn't for us, but okay. And
It's just kind of crazy as you get old and you are no longer part of the target demographic I just was struggling to come to terms.
To be
So
clear, that's where her and Sabrina and that man met, right? The boy or whatever. His okay,
exactly.
I know that part.
Yes. Yes. So I was on board in 2021 when she released Driver's License. I was already here. When did you come into Olivia Rodrigo
When
fandom?
people was falling on the bed on TikTok singing driver's license, and I said, "Sign me up,
Yes.
sign me up."
That's your type of carrying
It
on.
is.
It
I
is.
said, these are the songs that I listen to, and I go, "Dang, I wish I was 18 and mad at a boy again." What a
Yeah.
time! What a time!
Very
Yeah,
much. Driver's License was crazy too. What a hell of a debut. I was like, wow, these are some real lyrics in here.
such great storytelling. The way that she laid it out, the way the angst, the emotion, the drama, ugh, perfect. No
It was so
notes.
drama. And her singing voice is also really good. I feel like we don't give that
She
enough
is.
credit. Miss Olivia's singing voice is really
I
good.
was thinking that on
She has
Vampire,
perfected her little
like
instrument.
hearing her sing Vampire
Vampire is so
live, because I'm like, girl,
impressive.
your throat don't hurt. It's crazy.
I was watching a TikTok breakdown of the vocals on Vampire by a vocal coach, and the vocal coach was talking about her breath control pretty much, and saying like on Vampire she doesn't breathe.
No,
Like there's just long periods where she's
and she's
still,
just
right? She's still going, she's still belting out, 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 and doesn't take a breath in for a long fucking time. And they had other singers trying to replicate it in the video, and they couldn't do it without taking a breath. And I was like, look, and look,
Olivia is that girl.
a singer.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
feel like I would. If I got a free ticket, I would absolutely go and see her perform live. I don't know that I would pay money to see Olivia Rodrigo. I think I've aged out of that, and I think I don't find her to be that compelling of a performer, from what I've seen. I know you going,
I'm being attacked.
but
I feel like I'm being attacked.
I love her music now. That's my jam.
So I did, in fact, grab
I know you
tickets
did.
to Olivia Rodrigo. And as I was grabbing tickets, I saw a tweet that read the following: if you are 25 plus, do not buy Olivia Rodrigo tickets. This is for us. Go see Pink or Kelly Clarkson.
That's
And
rude.
you know
That's
what?
actually
And you know
really
what?
disrespectful, and I don't like that.
That's really fucking
That's
rude.
so
That was really
mean.
fucking rude. And I
Pink or
laughed
Kelly
as I got my tickets.
Clarkson.
Yeah, go see Pink or Kelly Clarkson.
That's gonna piss me off. That's really gonna piss me off.
And I laughed at 29 as I got my tickets. That's likely better than the tickets that the 24-year-olds could afford
Here you go.
because
Okay,
I'm an
now here we
adult,
go. Here we go.
okay? Because I'm
Now
grown.
it's
So
getting
worry
messy.
about you and your tickets in your pockets. Don't worry about me and my tickets in my pockets, what I'm doing over here. And also, I'm bringing a 12-year-old. Is that sufficient? Is that good enough
No,
for
because now
y'all?
you using her to try to fit in, and now you just called the target audience broke.
They called me
Well,
old.
I guess that's
So,
true. That is
hey,
fair.
tit for tat.
I feel like because
I'm old, you broke.
I don't know if you do this. Actually, I know you don't. I be making up reasons, or I be looking for reasons to get into music, even if I'm not into it. So,
No, I don't.
so I remember
Mm-mm.
when Sour came out and Driver's License came out and all of those songs. Like, I used to be like, if my boyfriend didn't like text me back fast. This was like when me and my boyfriend first met. So if he didn't text me back fast enough or something, I'd be like, Olivia, bring it home.
I hope he doesn't know this. I hope you've
Um,
kept this to yourself and you
I
haven't
don't think
told
he
him.
knows that. I would have no shame in telling
Yeah.
him that, but I don't think he knows.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of like
Okay.
a.
Well,
I mean, I
moving
guess
on.
it's not like an actor because I'm not getting paid to be this level of dramatic. But it's you got to get into this.
You're
You got to get
not.
into character.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Um, Black people kept asking non-black people to get back to their roots and stop with SoundCloud rap. They said, "What happened to punk rock music?" And look, Miss Olivia was listening. She said, "Bet, I got
I
you.
got some
You
for
don't want me to
y'all.
rap? I
Don't
won't."
worry about that.
Yeah. I'll take y'all back to y'all early 2000s. She was born in 2003, by the way. But she was like, yeah, I'll take y'all back to whatever little heyday y'all used to have with your old asses, is what she said. And she gonna keep getting my money for that reason. I appreciate that she could take direction and that she's not going the SoundCloud rap route, a la a bad baby or etc. etc.
I don't even. I couldn't tell you a thing that Bad Baby has ever done. I couldn't tell you not one thing.
She has a trending song on TikTok right now. It's that Gucci flip flop
Oh,
song.
that's her.
It's that yeah.
I didn't think that was a real
Bitch, I'm high
person.
as a bird
I
or
thought that was like
something.
a joke.
Yeah, that's a real bad baby
You know how
song.
like they take like some people take sounds from like people who are not famous and like it becomes that's what I thought it was. Like
Yes.
it was a sound from somebody like
And to be fair, that is her entire career.
playing.
She started off as a sound on Dr. Phil playing, and she spun that shit into a very lucrative career. So congratulations to her, I
I
guess.
saw this guy on Twitter who
Hate
used to
that
be a
for
producer
her.
for Dr. Phil, and he was like, my biggest regret, not her, but the girl who has the very bad hair. She's a black girl, and her hair is like straight, but it's like
The
very.
black girl,
And she was like, "I'm
yes.
white." Then was she saying she was white? What was she saying?
She said, "I'm nothing like you,
Oh,
Negroes."
whatever she said. He was like, "This is my biggest regret," and the
Yeah.
biggest like my biggest regret was like booking her. I was like, let's do a retrospective
No.
with the Dr. Phil producers about who they wish they did not give a platform to.
Yes. Very much her. Funny enough, I was thinking about that girl the other night. For some reason, I was thinking about Bad Baby, and I started thinking about that other black girl that was trying to go the Bad Baby route with her very stiff,
It
unsilk
it
press,
was not silk
and
pressed.
the
I
"I'm
don't know
nothing
how
like
to
you,
describe it.
Negroes."
Yeah,
It was velvet press, hard
it
press.
was. Whew,
I don't know.
it
I don't
was.
know how to put it.
I felt bad.
Anyways,
That's sad. Go
and
on.
I started thinking like, are y'all not embarrassed that y'all had her on your platform? So I'm happy to hear that
He did.
somebody
It
is
was
in
a
fact
black man,
embarrassed
and he
that
said he
they
was
okay.
very appalled. I think now he works for like the Today Show or something like that. Like his career has he's gone on to be fine. But like he's like looking back at it, I absolutely regret giving her a platform. 0 stars.
I'm happy that we're all on the same page for that now because that was not okay. But back to Miss Olivia. Much of Olivia's music is about teen love, teen heartbreak, your favorite topics. Do you have any teen heartbreak love stories that you would like to share with us? I do have one that I will share. But do you have one that you would like to share? She's thinking
Do
now.
I? I'm trying to figure out if I want to share it. If I have a teen
Do you want me to share mine
heartbreak
first and then you
story,
can share yours? You can decide, you can determine.
yeah, you share yours and then I'll share mine.
Okay. Okay. When I was 14, I was dating,
Oh
quote unquote.
God.
I put that very loosely because who the fuck is dating somebody at 14? I think it was between the time I was 13 and 14, that year's time. I was dating this white boy named Zach. This is this is the only white boy even to this day that I've dated. And
Isn't
can
that
you
the one
even
that
really
looked a
count
little
dating?
strange? Okay, go
Yes.
on.
Yeah. And can you even really count it as dating? You know what
I
I mean?
really thought
I
I
only
told
say I
you
dated.
to stop claiming that man. I really thought I did. I said that like, at least 2 years
You
ago
know
to
what I
stop telling people
mean?
you dated that man.
So I quote unquote dated the white boy Zach when I was
And by
13, 14.
name.
Mm, Zach is a common name. Any white boy
Go
named Zach.
on.
Every white boy named Zach. Just because you won't tell your common name, man, okay? Your man's name is
It's the
also
most
common.
common name in the whole world.
You won't even get
Whole
it. That's
name is common,
crazy.
and I'm still like, who?
If you Google it, you would not be able to find him. You wouldn't be able to find him. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Zach, when I was 14, my mom was very anti this relationship. Not because the boy was white necessarily, but because she felt that the boy was weird and she felt that his family was racist. Zach was homeschooled.
So where the hell you meet Zach at? Because you went homeschool.
As me and Zach had a mutual best friend. I had a boy best friend at the time who was also best friends with Zach because they grew up on the same block. They went to the same elementary school, all that shit. So Zach was homeschooled. I was intro to him via our mutual best friend. He, this was like during the height of the Twilight time. Okay, this was very 2007, 2008, height of Twilight. He was very vampire-esque, and me, much like most other girls, I loved a vampire. Also, for a 14-year-old, he was like 6 foot. He was taller. He was very like dangerous seeming. He always carried a knife on him. He had jet black hair. He was like really pale. And I was like, oh my God, look, I found my little vampire boo. So me and Zach used to hang out all the time. My mom used to take me to the mall to hang out with him, but I wasn't allowed to hang out with just him. It had to be other people there too. So I would beg my friends to come with me to go hang out with Zach. And we would have a little la di da time. It would be cute. Eventually, my mom got sick of that shit. She got fed up. She was like, "Yeah, I'm not. I won't be taking you to go see Zach anymore." I remember one time Zach pulled up to my house. I don't even remember how he knew where I lived because I didn't live nowhere near where he lived. I didn't, whatever. He pulled up to my house and brought me a single black dried rose that he had dried himself.
Sequoia, I'm being tested. I am being tested.
That he had dried himself, and a charm bracelet. Very sweet. That is very sweet. Very cute. And I was like, yeah, mom, see, even you can't stand in the way. You can't stand in the way of our love. Like, ah, that's my
A
man, my
black
man, my man.
dried
And my,
rose.
yeah. I think he had spray painted it black and he had put it in this little
Be
box
embarrassed.
and it was
Be embarrassed.
dried. No, because at this time I was in my fingerless glove, black fingernail,
Cosplaying my
tie,
culture. You were
wearing.
cosplaying my culture.
I was cosplaying your culture that you weren't even cosplaying at all.
Cosplaying.
Okay. At least I was making use of it. Okay. You was playing with it on the inside. I had my dark eyeliner. He also wore dark eyeliner. It was a time. It was a good time. My mom was like, "Oh, you think that I can't prevent this if I want to prevent this?" She was like, "Yeah, you're done. You're done." And I remember I didn't tell Zach that. We just suddenly couldn't hang out anymore. And he broke up with me. And I was so mad at my mom. I was so upset with my mom. I remember that being the first little inclination of heartbreak. I wasn't even really that heartbroken now that I look back at it.
Oh my
I remember
God.
riding in the car, looking out the
Please. We got to
window,
make it
being
stop.
so mad at my mom. But I wasn't really that heartbroken. But yeah. And if I had an Olivia Rodrigo album to run at that time, my mom would have been sick of it. I would have ran that shit up through the household. She would have been like, turn that little girl off.
See. Over Zach.
Over Zach.
And
Mm-hmm.
a black rose, a dried black rose. That's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, if you like it, I
Mm-hmm.
love it, sweet pea.
It was a good charm bracelet too. It was cute.
You probably still got it.
I probably do
See,
somewhere. I definitely. It's up in storage. I'm sure I have it in a Converse shoebox naturally, as one does for things in 2008.
already.
That's my story.
I guess my story. I don't know. I didn't really date that much in high school, to be fair.
Hmm.
But my
But did you get your heart broken?
yes, not many a times, but a couple times. But the story that I always love to tell now, because Atlanta's too small, and this is the example of how dating in Atlanta is just a hellhole, is that I used to beef with a girl over a boy when I was in high school, and we beefed heavy. Like it was a beef, okay, beef in the streets, and okay, it was a thing over this boy. I guess I was about I was about 16, 15, 16. And it was a known thing. So everybody knew that we fell out over this boy. Fast forward to almost 3 years ago, I meet my boyfriend, and he keeps being like, "You would love my cousin," who also has a common name. "You would love my cousin. You would," and I'm like, "Okay, great." Like, we just met. Like, I'm not finna meet your cousin no time soon. But he keeps telling me how much I would love his cousin and how great of friends we would be. And then one day he pulls up the cousin's Facebook page, and I slid the fuck off the couch because I said, "I know that ain't who I think it is." I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I think that
And he
is.
said, "Y'all friends?" And I said, "Not quite."
Mm.
But now we are. Now we're cool. And it is the funniest full circle story of, and I think, who would have thought teenage Jewel would have been like, "Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell." But because Atlanta's small
Wow.
and dating is treacherous, here we are. Now me and the girl are not on.
That's black people for you.
Yeah.
Black people about one
1
degree
degree of
separation from
separation
every other black person
from
everywhere.
beefing to the family function. Here we are.
It's crazy.
Here we are. And genuinely, he was right. And I've always felt, I think we've both said this to each other, where it's like, we really would have been friends if we wasn't beefing over that boy. We had similar taste in music. We were just similar in our like personalities, all of this stuff. I think she introduced me to the Beatles. Like, we like had very similar dispositions. And if it wasn't for that darn boy, we probably would have been friends a long time
That
ago. If it
darn
wasn't for that darn
boy.
boy.
That's That's really a general
If it
sentiment.
weren't for that darn boy,
Lots of, yeah, a lot of life you can use that.
I had such terrible taste up until my late 20s. Honestly, I've picked terribly, consistently,
Damn. Damn.
consistently. Did you not? You don't feel that way about your
Okay, so
taste?
this, no,
Oh
I think
damn.
my taste was pretty solid. Before everything after the white boy is pretty good.
I told you people see my boyfriend
I'm not
today.
mad.
I hate introducing my boyfriend to like people because they'll be like, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you. We love you so much more than we like that last boy." Like they'll like tell him like, "Oh my
Oh
god, the guy she
Lord.
used to date." And I'm like, "Well, damn, maybe I hadn't told him that."
Oh my
Well, damn.
God.
They be
Right.
dragging me to high hell in front of him, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I heard." So that's that. I did have terrible taste. I own it. We don't need to drag it out. Yeah, it's not a thing, but I did.
That's fine. I feel like most people are in your camp and that they feel like their teenage self, their younger self definitely had bad taste. Obviously, Miss Olivia Rodrigo feels that way. Um, she's written about it a bunch. But if I were to write some songs, I would pretend like I had bad. I would definitely write some emo, fuck these
You
boys,
couldn't get into it,
type
cause see,
songs.
the thing about songwriters like Olivia Rodrigo is like you can go back and dig into the archives and be like, okay, what really happened here to make you write this song? And you be like, girl, that's it. Cause people who write songs are able to like mine the depths of like a very like surface level thing to get the most drama out
Yeah,
of it. You can't do that.
yeah. I could do it. I could pull some. I could pull it. I could pull some heartbreak. It might not come from relationships, but I could pull.
Oh,
I
that's
could pull some
fair.
heartbreak
That's
up.
fair. That's fair.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it's got to be
Yeah.
like, this is the
I
worst
dredge it
thing
up.
that ever happened to me. How could you, like, favorite crime? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be like,
Mm-hmm.
you broke my, not, you didn't break my heart. You committed a crime. You
Mm.
committed a crime.
Like you should be punished. You should go
Yes.
to jail.
My hand, our
Yes.
hands are bloody because of what you've done to me. You know what I mean? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
love that level of
Felt.
drama. Ugh, it's great.
I do feel that. Olivia also has a lyric where she says like, what is the lyric? It is on driver's license, and she says something like, I don't know. I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. That one used to choke me in my throat. I'd be like, how could you really be so
That would
okay?
be the line that registers with you, main character energy. It would be.
Yeah.
That would be the line
No,
that you're like, no,
I
I
do be
really don't get how
confused.
you could be okay right now. Like, you don't have
Like,
me and
what
you're
the fuck?
fine.
Is this a front? Like, this can't be fucking for real. You can't be being fucking for real. You can't be.
That is
It has to be a
absolutely
lie.
the line that would resonate with you for sure.
Wow. Am
Yeah.
I the drama? Am I the problem? I don't think I'm the problem. No, I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm the problem.
But I think even like,
You're certainly the
oh,
drama,
for
but
sure.
I don't know if
But
I'm the Yeah.
that's a part of the appeal. Do you know what I mean?
That's the fun
It's the
part.
fun
Yeah.
part. I think of like Bad
Absolutely.
Idea, right? And I'm like, I have absolutely, I have absolutely been the friend that's like, we're friends. You don't hang out with your friends? Like, that's my
Do
friend,
I hang out
girl.
with your
Like, what do you mean?
friends?
That's my friend. Like, I've absolutely been that girl. Or been like, I hope
And
my
me as
friends
well.
don't check my location. Because
Wow.
I'm not at the house.
No, I ain't never been that girl.
You
Cause
haven't.
one thing about me, I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm doing before I do it.
Really?
There's no world in which I haven't. You should know this, Jewel, by now. I talk through my bad decisions with my friends before I make them, and so that doesn't stop me from making
That's fair
them.
because I'll tell
I
you,
still
Sequoia,
make
that's
bad
dumb as
decisions.
hell. Sequoia, that's foolish.
100%, and I will still
Proceed.
do it,
You will
and you'll now
proceed.
be aware that I'm thinking of doing it because I already talked to you about it. So if you check my location, you see where I'm at, you're not gonna be that surprised. You're gonna be like, I told this dumb bitch not to go do that, and look at her going to do it right now,
Mind
and
you,
be like, yeah, and I don't feel bad.
Jewel in her mid to late 20s, looking at the location, seeing I'm not at my home. Jewel, where are you? At home?
Ow.
Jewel, you're not at home. Jewel, I can
Base.
see it on your phone. You're not at home. And so why are you
Wow.
checking my location in the first place? That's the question you should be asking yourself. Where's the trust?
Now that is a fair question. I would like some answers to that as well. Now, question I have for you, Jewel: at what age does teen angst stop?
Unclear. I'm not sure because I still feel like I
Mm-hmm.
have it in me. I still feel like I have a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of angst in me. My boyfriend says I do all the time. He's
Mm-hmm.
like, very strange. I don't understand why you were so angsty. It's weird behavior. When should it stop? Probably by the time you're 25. When does it stop? I have no clue.
And likewise, I'm waiting for it to let up. Um, it only seems to have intensified, if I'm really
The
being
Yeah,
honest.
like the more that I get into adulthood, the more that I feel like I'm being dragged along against my will, and the more that I feel like I'm having to participate in something that I didn't sign up for. Ain't nobody warned me about. Like I saw a tweet today that was like being an adult is just like alternating buying toilet paper and paper towels for the rest of your life.
And like, who asked for this?
That's great.
Who asked
Like,
for
what are
this?
you talking? Like,
Ooh.
my boyfriend knocking. I'm on the podcast. Why is he on my? I thought it was Eleanor coming because sometimes she'll nudge the door open with her little nose, and I looked and I was like, "Where's Eleanor?" And here he go. Move.
He said hi.
Get away from me. Yeah, I just there's so many parts of adulting. I still absolutely feel like, oh my God, I'm so young to have a kid. Like I'm me have a kid today.
Same. I'm like, I would be a teen. I would be a
I
teen
absolutely feel like I
mom.
would be a teen mother at 31 having a child.
Right. Uh,
Who's going to take care
why
of
would y'all try to
me?
sign me up for teen
Who is going to
momdom?
take care
You
of
know what I mean?
me?
When my friends be like, "Oh, I'm pregnant," I still be like, "Good or bad?
Just
Congratulations
how do
or I'm
we
sorry.
feel?
Which one? How do we feel? What's the vibe?"
I still text my mom to ask her
I'm
the
unclear.
basic things. How am I supposed to know when I'm supposed to do that to my car?
Same.
What do I ask when I go to
And
the doctor? Like, why?
likewise.
How would I know these? What I don't. I so I feel angst because again, I feel like all of this is things that I absolutely did not sign up for, and I don't want to participate in.
Yeah. 100%. I agree with that. I feel like the fact that I have to feed myself at least twice a day is like absolutely crazy. Sometimes I require more than that. Sometimes my stomach decides to be like, growl, bitch, I'm still hungry after the second time I fed myself. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're on to time number 3. That's crazy to me that I'm supposed to be responsible for feeding myself for the rest of my life. One, I'm supposed to be responsible for filling up my humidifier every night. That's the worst chore
Sequoia,
that is the worst
Sequoia,
chore. I hate
filling up your
filling
humidifier.
that fucking humidifier. I hate it so bad. It's the worst fucking chore. It's always right as I'm ready to dive into bed. I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. I'm like, num num num. These sheets look so delicious and tantalizing, and I'm ready to just fall asleep in them. And I look over, and that fucking humidifier is
This is
empty.
so
And
annoying.
if I don't feel it, I'm gonna wake up with dry sinuses, and they're gonna crack and they're gonna bleed.
Are you okay? I can't believe this.
No, I'm tired of that.
Sequoia goes to bed at 8:15. With a sound machine, a wind machine on, the humidifier blowing, the phone is in another apartment building probably because it can't be in the bedroom with her,
And on D&D in the other
and
apartment
it's in
building.
another apartment building on D&D. I and mind you, because we're 3 hour time difference, so Sequoia goes to when it's 9 p.m. there, it's 12, it's midnight in Atlanta, and I'll be up texting. And she'll be like, Jewel, why are you
I be
like,
want to
Jewel,
know
why
why
are you
she's
awake?
awake.
What are you doing?
Why are you
What
awake?
are you doing? And I'm like, girl,
Go
scrolling
to
on
sleep.
Twitter, scrolling on TikTok. Girl, did you see what that person said? And she's like, Jewel, go to sleep. And I'm like, but what if I miss something? Like what? And you telling me about a humidifier? A humidifier.
Yeah. I'm really tired of that shit. I'm exhausted with the
Because
humidifier.
I just got the hatch 2 weeks ago. I'm finna turn that shit off. They said I got 30 days to return it, and I've considered. I don't want it no more because it keep waking me up, and that's
Yeah,
what it's supposed to do. But I don't want to be woken up.
yeah, child. That's what's supposed to do. If you was going to sleep on time, you wouldn't be upset about it waking you up. But you want to be up texting me at 12 p.m. at 12 a.m. Last night I was like, now why is she still
I see
texting?
her.
I was looking at. I
The funny
said,
thing is now I've made a habit to try not to text you after a certain time, so you'll think I'm asleep. But last night I looked and I was like, it's 12:30, and I just sent her a TikTok.
No, literally, I said, "No, what time is it there? Because it's already a little. It's getting real close to my
It was
bedtime here. So."
12:33, and I was sending TikToks that didn't have nothing to do with nothing. Nothing to do with nothing.
And then I'll respond, and Jewel won't respond to the morning, trying to pretend like she was
After I
asleep.
sent it, I went
Girl,
to
you
bed.
wasn't asleep. Oh, well, good. I'm proud of
See
you.
there?
Anyways, Miss. Okay, another break. Let's take another break. And we're back. One gotta go. You ready for this, Jewel?
No, but go on.
I don't think it's even gonna be that hard because
Okay.
I didn't choose such super hard stuff. It's gonna be pretty good. One
Okay.
gotta go. Bad idea, right? Get him back or good for you.
Good for you.
Agreed. That is my choice too. And I really like Good For You. When Good For
I
You
do
first came
too.
out, that was the one. Yeah, that was the one
That
for me.
before I heard the others, that was the one. But unfortunately,
But
didn't
god
make the
damn
cut.
it, Olivia outdid herself with this
Bad
second
Idea
album.
Right is freaking great. That's such a
It's
good
actually
song.
crazy.
And I think
It's
Getting Back
actually
is
crazy.
so fun. I was listening to it
It's
earlier
so
today. It's
fun.
such a fun song. So sorry. I'm actually surprised that Getting Back has not been more successful because I know she's been trying, child. She done tried everything she could to make the damn song successful. It's fetch ain't gonna
Stop
happen.
playing with Miss Olivia. It really
Fetch ain't
should
gonna
because
happen.
it's a double entendre. Okay.
It's very
She
fun.
said, I want to get him back and
And
I
I
want
want
to
to put
get
him
him back.
back. Mm-hmm. And who hasn't? Who among us? You know what I'm saying? Who among us?
I
So
mean,
wait,
that's
why is
true.
it every time that I say who among us, you
No, no,
be
no,
like,
no.
not
No, it's
me?
really true. No, I
What
have. I
every
have
time?
wanted to get him
Where is
back
the
and get him
camaraderie?
back. I will say most times I feel that I have been in the wrong. And so I didn't have a reason to feel that way.
You do
It
have
just be
villain energy in your dating life.
in my spirit. Anyways.
Go on.
Okay, moving on. One gotta go. Driver's license, vampire, or jealousy, jealousy.
Jealousy.
Yep.
I'll
Mm-hmm.
let jealousy go. It's fun, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
let it go. Like I think if I
I
never
like
heard
jealousy,
jealousy,
jealousy a
I
lot
like it. I
too.
do.
Yeah.
But we know driver's license ain't going nowhere, and I do
Sure not.
like vampire. So
Vampire's so good.
unfortunately,
Oof.
jealousy. You didn't make the chop.
Chop. You are not advancing to next week, America's Next Top Model. In this folder, I have two photos.
I have two
Anyways,
photos, and you were not one. Move on.
didn't advance forward. I hate to see it. Olivia saying bloodsucker fame fucker on vampire. That's enough to sustain vampire. The staying power of vampire based on that lyric right there. You have a 20-year-old calling you a fame fucker. Who are you? Show yourself. That's
It
embarrassing.
drives me crazy when I hear, which I'm like, good for the kids. They got a little kids pop version, but I don't want to hear it. When they be like, fame lover. I don't want to hear it. Shh.
Oh, a fame lover.
Is it fame
Oh,
lover?
she
I
says
think that's
dream. She says dream
dream.
crusher. I think she
Dream
says
crush. I don't
dream
like it.
crusher.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like it either. And Miss Olivia was cussing on this one. She had some
Yeah, so
curse words on the first one, but on this one,
I wanted to have the and dream crusher or whatever the hell she say. It just don't
it
have
don't
it.
have the
It don't have it.
Did you see the TikTok where she was talking about the original lyrics for All American Bitch?
Mm-mm.
She said the original lyrics were perfect All American lips and perfect All American tits. And she was like, okay, let me pull back. I'm doing too
I don't know
much. I'm just
why.
cursing for no reason. She was
But
like,
I
I'm
don't
just
know
cursing for no
why.
reason at this
I
point.
don't think we
And so
went
she
far
changes to
enough.
hips. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, no, I think we all knew that you said tits in your brain. We all kind of knew that because lips to hips is different. That's
In my
that
mind, it is
lips.
tits.
Yeah, it is absolutely tits. So great. And then one gotta go. This one, I'm wondering if this is gonna be hard for you. I really don't know. This is very easy for me, of course, but I think I don't know. This is probably gonna be easy for you. I hope it's not. Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish.
Oh. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right, we're gonna have to do some process of elimination here.
Okay, let's get into it. What's the process?
We know that Taylor Allison Swift will be staying. Unfortunately, she is the first photo that we pull out. We have 2 photos here. First photo, Taylor Allison Swift. Please make your way back to the house. You are staying for another week.
Wow.
You have 1 more week to become America's Next Top dramatic singer. I don't know.
Pop star.
Pop star. I don't.
What's your hesitation?
Don't judge me, because I know
what?
how you girls like to tussle, but I think it's Billie. I think Billie.
You getting rid of William?
I think we getting rid of Livy.
Oh, we getting rid of Liv?
I think Billie is headed back to the house with Taylor. I've seen Billie perform live. I like Billie performing live. I think Billie's voice is incredible. I think Billie's songwriting capabilities, along with Phineas, incredible. I think I have been a fan of Billie since fucking Ocean Eyes and whatever whatever that damn EP was. Don't Smile at Me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a fan of the production, of the songwriting, of the vocals, of the. So unfortunately, Livy, you gotta go. She getting chopped.
Okay.
I think Olivia Rodrigo would get dropped. Who would you drop?
Who would
Oh,
drop?
never mind. I don't want to talk about it. Never mind. I don't want to talk about it. Never mind.
Just for context, y'all, this episode was supposed to be about Taylor Swift, and I simply could not find it in my heart to do it. I'm not saying I'm never going to get to it. I'm going to get to it eventually, y'all. Eventually, I'm going to get to it for the Black Swifties.
That's not even
I
the
know
most
y'all exist, y'all are
egregious
valid.
part. Are we valid? Say it
egregious?
again.
Yeah, the Black Swifties are valid. I'm happy for y'all.
That's interesting, because you are literally close friends with a Black Swiftie, multiple, and don't say that to us. As a matter of fact, crowdsource to see who could be on the Taylor Swift episode, and then think about your friends who actually like Taylor Swift.
I did think about y'all.
Moving on.
Perhaps I think just you two aren't valid. Have you ever considered that the rest of the Black?
Let me tell you how I've been on the train since, Teardrops on My Guitar.
Now, I was on the Teardrops on My Guitar train. I really was. I was on the train I was on the Taylor Swift train up until, when did I hop off? Is 15 on that same album?
No.
Okay.
Yes, maybe. I don't know.
It's
all
is?
a blur. I think so.
I was even on it, Blank Space. I was still.
You was on it in 1989? That was a while.
I was still checking in every now and again.
So when the hell did you get off Reputation?
I got off at the VMAs. That's when I took my step off.
Blank Space came out after the VMAs. Or tomorrow, which VMA?
Oh.
You talking about when Kanye did Kanye? Was Kanye?
Yeah.
That was well before. Blank Space came out. That came out on the same album as 22, and I was 22 because I made all of my friends send me videos singing 22 for my 22nd birthday. I hate that I didn't know you back then.
Because you wasn't getting one out of me, baby. You wasn't getting one out of me.
I really hate that I didn't know you back then, because I wish you would have not sent me a 22 birthday video. So the VMAs definitely came. So not you was a silent fan, baby, because Blank Space came out after the VMAs.
That was the beginning of my departure. I started to say, you know what? I don't know.
That was a good 4 or 5 years later, because I was in high school when the VMAs happened, and I was graduating college. And I was graduating college when Blank Space came out, baby.
Well, I'm sorry that you're old. I hate that for you.
And baby, if you're a fan, just say that.
Wouldn't say that. Person would say that. Anyways, naturally, we see that Taylor Swift is leaving for me. She can go right outside.
That's fair. Fair.
That
was a good one though. That tripped me up a little bit.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I did a good job.
Yeah,
I had never really talked to you about William, so I wasn't sure if you were a William girly like that. I know that you like that one Barbie song with Phineas, but I wasn't sure if you knew the rest. Anyways.
Okay.
Lastly, and finally, I personally would love to see Miss Olivia Rodrigo. Damn, why did I say her name like that? Rodrigo EP star in and make a soundtrack for a teen movie a la Mean Girls or John Tucker Must Die. Okay. And so I have just set the scene for what we could do just to get the ball rolling. I know likely Olivia's team is probably listening. So, just to give you some ideas, get the ball rolling. You know what I mean? I have a couple ideas. Setting, coastal high school. I checked. Miss Olivia is from Riverside County. That is a county in California, Southern California. My mom lives in Riverside County, so it's she's one of us. She's a Southern California girly. Setting, coastal high school. Olivia is a girl next door type, of course. She's a nice girl. Jenna Ortega is opposite her
Oh
as
Lord,
the mean girl,
I would be scared.
but as a plot twist, they're besties. Okay, they're
Not me and
besties.
you. Okay, go on.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
wow. I'm gonna circle
Well.
back to that, but yes, hmm they're besties. At the start of the new year, they decide this year Olivia is going to stop being a people pleaser and learn to say no and stand up for herself. And Jenna will act as her coach in this mission, and hijinks ensues. Okay, you with me? You here with me right now?
I'm with you. I hear it.
Great. Olivia and Jenna's arch nemesis is Lily Rose Depp,
Okay.
who is more like a traditional popular girl. She is also mean, similar to Jenna, but mean for bad purposes. Jenna is just that's just kind of her essence. But she's
That's
kind.
fair.
She's mean but kind.
Sure.
Lily is just a bitch. So Lily Rose Depp, opposite Mean Girls. They obviously don't get along. Love interest, none other than one Timothée Chalamet, my personal fave.
Is he?
Um, I do actually really like Timothée Chalamet. I do really like that little boy. You don't like him?
I don't dislike him.
You like Tom Holland more than Timothée Chalamet though?
Probably is. But I,
Okay.
yeah, I'm sorry. That's not my brand. Apologies. But I can see how it's yours. No shade.
Okay. Wow. I can see how it's yours. No.
Woo! I'm sorry. I'm
Trash.
done.
Anyways, yeah, so Olivia and team, if you're listening, I would love if you went ahead and give that
Okay,
a
period.
run, give that a go, and we can have a soundtrack for it. Olivia's music is dying to be the soundtrack
It
of a
is,
film,
for
and she
sure.
already acts. So stop playing. Give her a short film. If not, just make a visual album where it has little scenes interspliced, a la Lemonade, a la My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Do the whole thing.
I have a question.
Mm,
Can she
mm.
act? Can she act?
She does, in fact, act.
Okay, great. And we're gonna move on.
She certainly can act.
She can
She
act.
does that.
She can
You
act.
know what I
She
mean?
is an
Yes.
actress.
She certainly
Okay.
is an actress.
All right.
So,
Thank you so much.
there's that. So, I would like to see it. Let me know who I need to get in contact with to make that happen. I can front exactly $0, but definitely can confront a lot of support.
I mean, you can write the whole damn
Um,
script. That sound like your life.
I can now. What I can
So,
do
I
is
mean,
write a
what you
script.
can contribute is the damn script. So now what?
You know what I mean? Or at least creative direct. I could creative direct too. I got a little bit of that on my resume. So hit me up if you need to. You can find me at blackpeopleupparamore@gmail.com or anything like that. Jewel, do you have anything else you want to tell the folks about Olivia Rodrigo? Any other stories that you want to give the folks? Anything else?
No, I just love her, and I'm so happy that every time we get someone like Olivia to the front, I'm like, let's celebrate women and emotions. Let's celebrate the
Period.
girlies and feelings.
Period.
Let's put it at the
And
top of the charts.
I believe you coined the term millennials in support of Olivia Rodrigo.
Did I?
You did.
Child,
You
I be
tweeted it. You
saying
don't
so
remember
much.
it,
You don't
but
know
you
what the
tweeted
hell
it.
I be saying, child.
Yeah.
I mean, but I am.
And you
Okay, and I am.
even came up with an acronym. MSOR.
The fact that you remember this and I have no recollection of this, baby, but it sounds like something I would have done because I am
Yeah.
a millennial in support of Olivia Rodrigo. We have chapters all throughout the country. I am the president of the southeastern region.
Well, now that her and Taylor Swift are beefing, how could you possibly be the president of the southeastern region when you just said Olivia could go outside and you was gonna keep Taylor?
And so this is what I think maybe you don't get is that sometimes your personal opinion doesn't impact your professional work. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh, oh,
And so, my personal allegiances and opinions don't prevent me from doing my job as president of MSOR.
does Olivia know that? Does she approve of you being the president of her chapter?
No
while
snitch.
also,
She didn't until you came on here snitching and telling.
Now look at that.
So that's
That's
that. If I get removed
mm-hmm.
from the committee, from my own committee that I created, it was because here you go snitching.
And I'll do it again.
And I predict that in
Anyways,
a decade they'll come together. They'll be friends. We love a moment where the pop stars reunite. So
I
who
hope
knows?
not. I hope Olivia's staying strong in that.
I
Leave
wouldn't be
fucking
mad if she
Taylor's
did.
ass.
I wouldn't be mad if
Yeah.
she did.
Go fuck with Haley Williams. Go fuck with Haley. Since you already had to give her writing credit on Good For You, a la Misery Business, that's already somebody that you name as one of your references often. Go ahead and fuck with Haley. She never fuck you up. A good lady, through and through. The other lady got snakes all up and down
Let's
her
move
photo,
on.
so
Move forward.
that's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't have anything else, Jewel. Please tell the folks where they can find you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. As always, my Twitter and Instagram handles are at Jewel Wicker Show.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything that you want to, plug here? Any stuff?
No. What would I be plugging? I work. And when
Okay.
I work, I
And you
post it
can
online.
find, okay. She do be posting online when she work. You can find me at BPLP Pod across all the social media platforms. We are active on the TikToks these days. If you want to go check out the TikTok, I'm really trying to make it pop, really trying to make it bust, but the algorithm trying to play with me. So if y'all could go over there and follow, that would be fantastic. Obviously, always active on Instagram. If you would like to subscribe to the show, you can go to maximumfun.org, and if you want to support me and subscribe, make a monetary donation and all that type of stuff, you can find it there. Email me at blackpeopleparamore@gmail.com, and I'll see y'all next week, in 2 weeks, whenever this damn show come out. Okay, bye.